morning. YourFearlessChoice.com. MLB Daily Hit and Run Show. Pete Cole here. What's up, everybody? Running solo again today. But that's all right, because we got a big slate to get through. Anybody that's watching live, welcome. Appreciate you guys coming. This will be on demand though all day. Anybody's watching live though, please throw some comments in, questions, stats, whatever you want to do. Make the show go by a little bit quicker. But first of all, YourFearlessChoice.com. We cover all sports. Right now, MLB promo going on, $25 a month. That includes every sport, all in one package. We have our Discord. A lot of Discord is free. If somebody can, if one of the guys can throw the Discord address in there, please. I'd appreciate that. Eric, if you're watching. But big weekend coming up. A lot going on. We've been crushing all these sports. Right now, our tennis cheat sheet is the best in the industry, and we have tennis coming up this weekend. What's that? I think it's the French Open. We're hoping to do actually a live show for tennis on Sunday, I believe it is. Me and Chris Besh, and yeah, I guess it is the French Open. It starts on, I guess, Sunday. So stay tuned for that. But our tennis, those guys, they've been taking down GDPs, pretty much crushing every night. So check that out. Big weekend though. We have NASCAR. We have trucks coming up. Big E does that. Eric does a great job at NASCAR. So that's all starts tonight with the trucks, like always. What else we got going on? Looking at our winning lineup room. Yesterday we had split slates and really good early slate. Did okay in the late slate. Probably broke about even, but a really good early slate. But NBA, a lot of these guys are crushing, especially FanDuel NBA. Joe, Car 84 has been posting a lot of wins there. I see Eric's posting wins. MLB, I got franchise. These are FanDuel players too. So FanDuel and DK, yeah, we're crushing every slate here. And all the small sports. WNBA tonight, we'll have a course for that. We're going to have a set course for the trucks. We'll have a NHL core GBP. Rangers are back on tonight. Game 2. They will come back and they will win after losing that tough one the other night. But the Rangers come back and win tonight, definitely, before they go to the Garden. I guess that's it, really. So check us out, YourFearlessChoice.com, $25 a month, all sports included. But you're here for baseball. Big slate tonight. It's a Friday night, so another weekend's on our way. 11 games, I think. 11, 12 games. I think it's 11 games. So first weather. First of all, this is a core slate. It seems like I can't wait. I mean, it seems like the Rockies have been in cores at home the whole entire season. So I can't wait to the end of the season when seems like they're gonna be on the road. But home, but I got a feeling, or not got a feeling, everything I'm reading, that game's gonna get canceled. So everything I'm seeing right now is like yesterday they're saying in Denver it was like 80 degrees. Today, 87 degrees yesterday. Now today they're looking at like 18 inches of snow, something crazy like that, 32 degrees. So it looks like Kevin Roth from Rotor Grinders is calling this pretty much a washout. They're giving that a red. You don't see too many reds. That's pretty much saying they're going to cancel the game. So I am not going to get too much into cores, but just know if the game goes, yeah, then that's going to be popular. All right. And no any other weather. The Yankee game with the White Sox, they're talking about some rain around first pitch, but clearing quickly. And Tigers at Cleveland, school game, winds blowing out to center 20 miles an hour and warm. So only problems we're looking at are going to be in cores, snow, a lot of snow here. I'm sitting in Tampa and it's like 95 degrees and probably going to get canceled. Definitely. Okay, so that's it for weather. Let's take a look at Vegas right now. So top implied runs on the slate. So, of course, the Mets are the number one if the game goes off at 5-4. If there's no Coors game. Right now, the Yankees, the highest implied, 5.2. Going up against Dallas, crucial. They open up at 4.8. Now they're 5.2. Only other team above 5 is Houston at 5. We're going to get into that in a little while. That little matchup going on. But so right now, only Houston and the Yankees are 5 or above. And then below that, we have Tampa, 4.9. The Blue Jays, 4.9, going up against my man Castillo. Brewers, 4.8. And then we got a couple of 4.7s, the Dodgers and Red Sox. Red Sox blew up last night, finally. Trevor Story, been terrible all year. I didn't think he's ever going to hit another home run. He hit 3 last night. He had like 60 DK points. So I'm lucky I cashed. I didn't play Story, but I did stack the Red Sox. I actually played JBJ, and JBJ came through a double for me, betting 9th. All right, so once again, if anybody's live, jump in, ask questions, please. Anything you want. Throw some stats out there and so on. Let's talk pitching. Once again, big ass slate. Now, there's some ownership out. I don't like it. I'm not saying I agree with it. So, looking at ownership right now, and this is very early. This is like projections. This could totally change as the day goes on. But early projections are showing me 2 guys, Julio Urias for the Dodgers and Sean Manaea of the Padres, both over 30%. Highest owned by far for cash. I'm not sure if I agree with that. Okay, so there's a lot of pitchers. I'm just going to bounce around, give you a couple ones I like. First of all, he's probably going to be a little owned again because he's 10-6. Is Nestor Cortez 10-6 going up against the White Sox? Right now, I'm only seeing like 4% ownership for Nestor Cortez. 10 a.m. Eastern time right now. Nestor Cortez is my SP1 for cash. Cortez is a stud, and nobody can tell me any differently right now. I know the Yankees. I watch him every night. I've not wanted to play him most of the season because of his price, but it comes down to it. He is right now. He's ace that staff. He is. Let me see. 1.35 ERA, and that's over 40 innings pitched. 32.5 strikeout rate. 4th highest among qualified starters. 0.85 WHIP. 3rd lowest in Major League Baseball. He stranded more than 90% of his runners. All pitching stats at all leads to Nestor Cortez. And right now, to me, he's an obvious Cy Young contender. Now, I'm not just saying that because I'm a Yankee fan. Nestor Cortez has been nasty. He actually pitched against the White Sox his last start. And that was, I believe, a day game, right? Everybody was down on them. He was 10K. And he went 8 innings, 7 Ks, gave up 3 hits. Remember, the game before that, Texas, he was looking at a no-hitter. So, to me, Cortez is a stud. I'm playing him, all right, unless something changes. We should be able to find enough on 11-game slate. We should be able to find enough value. So, where do we go for SP2 cash? Now, once again, you look at that ownership right now, top of the board, we have Julio Urias. I don't mess with him in cash. He never has a leash. I'm not a Urias guy. Here's his logs. 5 DK points against the Phillies, 11 against Pittsburgh. That's Pittsburgh. 23 against the Giants, 18 against Arizona. Nah, I'm not dealing with Julio Urias. He's going to give you 75, 80 pitches. I think his high watermark is 82 pitches on a year. Last game against Philadelphia, only threw 75. Let somebody else play this guy in cash. All right. GVP? Yeah, of course. And then on the other hand, you got Sean Manaea. Now, Manea's been good. Okay. Let me see. Right now he's rolling 3.77 ERA. But over the last month, 5.63. He's going up against the Giants. The Giants are a pesky hitting team. They never look good on paper, but they always end up beating you. Okay, so his last game, though, he did strike out. I think he struck out 12 against Atlanta. At Atlanta, Hitters Park, great game. But to me, 12 strikeouts, 104 pitches. One thing about Manaea, he's stretched out. You're gonna get what you paid for. But to me, I'd rather go Cortez. I don't think I can pay for 2 10K guys on a slate. I'm not going to argue against somebody going with Manaea, but I have too much respect for that Giants offense. Going down the list a little bit, Tarek Skubal. Tarek Skubal could definitely be an SP2, but he's 9,500. You could definitely go double barrel shotgun, which I like to go. If I'm doing it, I would probably go Skubal and Cortez and not Manaea. But, right now, Skubal, this kid's definitely, he's turned a corner. I remember, all you heard about for a couple years there was Casey Mize, Matt Manning, Tarek Skubal, the big 3. And they, Mize was the guy. He was the best number 1 draft pick and all that. But here comes Skubal, 9th rounder. and he's actually, Mai's been hurt. Scuba's actually become the ace there, and he's dominated everywhere. I mean, he dominated. I saw him, and I actually saw him in high A Lakeland, 2019, I believe it was 3 years ago. I watched him pitch there. You knew he had his stuff there. The kid's the real deal. So the good thing about Scooble now, he's mixing his off-speed pitches more often, and it's paying off. He's now under 50% for his fastball usage, and he's throwing that slider higher than ever. He's throwing a slider like 28.7% right now, and using that curveball more than ever at 8.1%. So he's mixing up the pitches, not just throwing a fastball. Great stuff. Terry Scooble going up against great matchup against Cleveland. I mean, I shouldn't say great matchup, because Cleveland has been known as a team that doesn't really strike out. But right now I am at 25% against lefties. So the one thing that may keep me up Scooble, and that's why I may go down a little bit more, is we do have wind blowing out in that game. It is to center field, but it's 15 miles an hour. But Scooble is a stud. You can definitely play him in cash. Another high price guy up there is Eric Lauer. Lauer, if we're talking before his last start, I would probably be saying Lauer could possibly be a cash play, but the Marlins blew up his last start. And I mean, he was pitching really, really well, and he still had 14 DK points, I think, was in that game, but he looked bad. But before that, he's had a hell of a season, and he's another one that changed his pitches from last year. So all of a sudden now you're seeing him throwing less of that four-seamer, more of his curveball, more of his slider, and a lot less of his changeup. And boom, you're seeing huge results for Eric Lauer. So Lauer's in a good spot, though, but I'm not paying that much for Lauer. He's going up against Washington. He's home in Milwaukee, but to me, great GPP play, and he's a great GPP pivot off of Cortez, Scooble, Manaea, any of those kind of guys. Man, there's actually some good pitching. There's not like an elite guy like a Scherzer, Cole going, even though Cortez is getting there, but there's some decent pitching here tonight. I'm going down a list a little bit more. I think Robbie Ray's in a sneaky spot at Boston. Boston right now is striking out 23% time to lefties, 140 ISO to lefties. I think Ray is going to be low owned, because especially now Boston went off last night. But Ray's the type of guy that can come in there. Last game, 9 strikeouts. He did give up 5 earned runs, but that's one thing about Robbie Ray. He can give up a couple runs, but he can make it back up with strikeouts. So to me, he's more of a great GPP play. I know people have been talking about using him in cash. I won't, but he's in play. But to me, more of a GPP. I'm moving down a little bit more. Christian Javier, nope. Michael Wacha, I think he's at the IL now. I'm not playing that gas can. Now we get to Castillo. I mean, if he wasn't in Rogers Center against Toronto, I would possibly think about him. This is going to be his second. He's pitched 2 games, third game. Pittsburgh hit him up a little bit, but he did throw 90 pitches, so you're going to get 90 out of Castillo, and he's still an ace with that change. So GPP only. So that brings us to Chase Silseth. I think he could possibly be our SP2. So you can go high octane Cortez over 10K, and then you could use Chase Silseth at 7,800 DK, 6,400 FanDuel. He looked great in that first start. I mean, or you could even go Silseth as your DK1, SP1, and pay down in both pitcher spots if you don't want to pay up. But with cores being probably postponed, you probably don't have to do that. I mean, he only had 1 game, but he pitched great. It was against Oakland, and I mean, I still consider Oakland like a AAA team, but he really did pitch well against Oakland, and guess what? He gets him again today. So there's good and bad there. So when Oakland's already seen him now once, now they get the kid again, his second major league start, but I think he showed enough at this price where he's definitely playable in cash. So in that game, he got the win. Yeah, I mean he pitched really well that game. So, and this is a kid that doesn't have much of a pedigree, but hey, let's take him. I could definitely see using Silseth as a SP2 value. If you don't want to take a chance with the kid, knowing Oakland's already seen him once, they're going up against him again. You got Paul Blackburn. I mean, he's a pitcher that keeps the ball definitely on the ground, but if he gives up 1 or 2 runs, he's not going to make him back up like a Robbie Ray would, but he doesn't have the strikeouts. So more of a, he's more of a high, he got decent floor, but no ceiling. I mean, who else do we have down there? So, I mean, that's, unless now you got 2 other spots we can look at. First of all, who's a GPP play. I can't believe I'm even saying this, but Martin Perez. So Martin Perez for Texas. This is the same Martin Perez we've been playing for years. This dude, look at his logs. His last 5 games, 25 DK points, Boston, 25 DK points, Royals, 19 Phillies, 21 Houston, who's playing tonight. Houston team doesn't like to strike out. 21 DK points against Oakland. Over his last month, ERA of 0.84, 0.77 whip, 7.24 K per 9, which I don't like. But Martin Perez, I mean, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. I'm waiting for him to implode, but he's only 7K. He's already faced Houston once. Did a really good job against them. Let me see. He pitched 76 pitches, 7 innings. Only give up one earned run. Got a quality start out of it. So Martin Perez could be a sneaky play. But once again, anybody's going to see Martin Perez. Let's load up the bats against them, which will probably make Houston popular. But just know that Perez shut them down like 3 starts ago. So if we're going to go anybody else, and this is kind of a shot in the dark play, but if you really want to be different, especially in GPPs, and you want to go really high and really low, like, maybe in GPP instead of like a Nestor Cortez, you can use like a Manea, use like an Eric Lauer, use a Robbie Ray. You can go all the way down to the kid from Minnesota, Devin Smeltzer, is only 5-1. Now, before everybody laughs, I mean, yeah, Kansas City right now is a tough team to play against because Kansas City does not strike out. But Smeltzer right now, just looking now, the Twins, Chris Paddock is done, TJ surgery, done for the season. And Smeltzer and Josh Winder are in competition for that number 6 spot. It looks like the Twins are going to still roll it with the 6 starters. And he got called up last Saturday for spot start and actually looked really good. And I watched most of that game. And I was against Cleveland. No, Cleveland's a tough team. But let me see. He gave up 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks over 5 innings. And at that price, all you're looking for is 10 DK points from the guy at 5-1. So want to be different GPPs, run a Devin Smeltzer, run it back up with like, a Cortez, a Lauer, Robbie Ray, something like that, Manea. That's what I'm looking for. I'm sorry. That's what I'm looking at. Really in pitching. There's so many ways to go. I'm not going to go through them all, but kind of giving you my little synopsis. You can roll right now. I am looking, even though ownership's telling us Urias and Manea, I'm looking at Nestor Cortez and my SP2 either going to stay up high and go Scooble or drop down and go chase Silseth against Oakland, who's already beat once. Still a chancey, but he's still, it's only a second major league start. We don't know that much about him, but I think he's in play. And that you can go all the way down to a guy like Devin Smeltzer. That's it. I'm not messing with the Juniors. Oh, the one who I think that possibly may have a decent game, and it's more of a gut feeling, but he's shown nothing at all that he's gonna, is Aaron Savali for Cleveland, having a horrible, horrible season. I mean, he's having a bad season right now. And I think there's only 2 players in Major League Baseball that have a higher ERA than him, if I remember right. And it's one of them's the kid from the Reds, Sam Martin, I think, and I can't remember who the other. It may be Junis, but Savali right now is fighting for his major league life. Just talks about him going down AAA. This is a guy, that he was a big prospect. He had a really good season. Was it? He's put up good numbers, great potential, but he's another one his pitches are all over the place. And the main reason right now this year is in 2021, his cutter and four seamer were lights out, and now his cutter and four seamer. Just looking in 2021, his cutter 190 batting average. 2022 against his cutter 323. 2021 slugging 293. 2022 slugging 613. And the four seamer the same thing, 278 batting average. Now they're hitting 400 up that four seamer. So a lot going on in Aaron Savali, but he's fighting for his major league life right now. I could see him actually coming in as a sneaky play, GBP only, and this is if you're running multiple lineups, possibly, run him out there, and hopefully you catch lightning in a bottle against the Tigers, and we know you pick on the Tigers will strike out, so maybe you get something against the Tigers. I mean, right now the Tigers are striking out 24.7% against righties, one of the worst in major leagues. 292 WOBA, 128 ISO, bad numbers. Tigers lineups has been up 76 times against them, only hitting 180. Savali's numbers look good. So maybe he can turn around. He got blown up against Minnesota, but the game before that, he actually looked good against Toronto. So GVP only, multi-entering, possibly Aaron Savali. All right, that's pitching then. All right, I'm liking Cortez. That's somebody I took forever to talk about. Let's go around the bases right now. I'm going to actually, we'll just hit the Coors players as we talk, but I'm pretty much expecting Coors not to go, which makes me very happy. So let's look at catcher. I'll pull see if there's any major BVP plays at catcher. Anybody like say 15 at bats or whatever. Martin Maldonado hits Martin Perez, 529, 9 for 17 over his lifetime. Now, once again, these guys have been facing Martin Perez seems like forever. And here's another sneaky one. Kevin Plawecki, if he gets to start against Robbie Ray, he is 5 for 11 with a home run. So that's something that something to keep in the back of your mind. But I'm assuming to be Vasquez, right? Why am I thinking Plawecki's hurt? All right, so that's it for that. Anybody that's red hot right now at catcher, I don't think there's anybody that we're saying is red hot. Sam Huff, he's 6 for 12 over the last week. I like that kid a lot. Gary Sanchez, batting 348 over the last week. It's pretty 3 homers over the last week. So keep Sanchez in the back of your mind. Okay, let's look at advanced metrics now for catcher. Who do we like? Top catcher, honestly. Now, I'm right away. The one kid that's really hitting the ball well with Sal Perez out in the IL is this MJ Melendez kid. Should be batting 5th. It is lefty versus lefty, but this is really small sample size. Melendez is hit lefties. 308 ISO, 453 WOBA, 385 batting average against lefties. Very small sample size, but Melendez, to me, is a great pay down at 3,400 against Smeltzer. Okay, now Gary Sanchez, 4,200 against Daniel Lynch. Daniel Lynch, to me, is a gas can, 241 ISO for Gary Sanchez. Sanchez, to me, is always a GVP play, just from watching him so many years in New York, but definitely play at $4,200. Okay, you guys just mentioned Varsho. Definitely, yeah, he should actually have he should be showing up under the hot end, right? He had a bomb yesterday, but he's not. So definitely, Varsho is. Arizona's not even on a slate. That's why he's not popping up. They must be on the early games, right? You guys confuse me now. I'm looking at the chat, and you saw, yeah, they're playing early in Wrigley. So sorry, take Varsho back. Okay, so we like Melendez, we like Gary Sanchez. Yeah, Sean, you screwed me up. That's right. I'm just busting on you. let's look at ownership before I start saying something else dumb. Right now, nobody really going crazy. Zach Collins. Collins should be batting 5th tonight. I always like to play him against Castillo, like Castillo. Mitch Garver. Garver hits righties, and Javier's all over the place. So I guess Garver's in play a little bit, and then Ryan Jeffers against Lynch. I'd rather play Jeffers. To me, Jeffers more of a cash. Sanchez more of a GPP play. Will Smith against Suarez, but I'd rather play Will Smith against a righty. I like Will Smith better in reverse splits. So I'm probably going to put Menji Melendez at 3,400. But once again, Ryan Jefferson there at 3,300. Great spot also. And then this Huff kid. If Huff gets in, I think and Huff's been hitting the ball really well. JT Realmuto still cheap at 4K. That's really it. Or we wait for somebody, lineups come out, and try to catch a value play. Yeah. Screw catcher. Let's move on to first base. I don't like collecting catcher. First base. BVP. And they blew over like 15, 20 at bats. This is one of my plays of the day. Before I forget, Yuli Gurriel. Gurriel has been hitting the damn leather off the ball. Now, against Lifetime against Martin Perez, he is 8 for 19, 421 career batting average. I was just going to say Christian Walker, but forgetting we already made that mistake during early game. So, the top play, Yuli Gurriel crushing 421 Lifetime. Josh Bell hits Eric Lauer, 333 Lifetime against him. Not bad. And that's really it for anybody with like decent BVP percentages. Now looking that guys are hot. I bet you Gurriel's gonna be in there too. Over the last week, we have Yuli Gurriel sitting there batting 435 over the last week. Okay, he is 7 RBIs, 3 home runs. Gurriel's not a big home run hitter. He's rolling right now. Gurriel's always a great cash play. Who else we got on there is Hunter Dozier. Hunter Dozier, we played him last night. We had a great game yesterday. He's hitting 448 over the last week. So Hunter Dozier is definitely in play at first or in the outfield. St. Louis is an early game too, right? They're not in play. So Miggy Cabrera. Miggy's hitting the ball. I could play Miggy again tonight. I've been playing him a lot. Miggy's been hitting the best he's had in a few years. He's in play. That are guys that are hot. Looking at advanced metrics at first base, who's a top guy? It looks like to me, Alonzo Rain, got to count him out. Jared Walsh, you always play Jared Walsh against righties. It's Blackburn, even though he does keep the ball on the ground, so makes Walsh only a GBP play. Walsh 262 ISO, 392 WOBA. GBP, but good play. Wilmer Flores gets a lefty. It is Sean Manaea, but GBP, run Wilmer Flores somewhere. He's either first or third base eligible. You guys know I play Wilmer Flores against lefties. He can hit Sean Manaea. So, and he may, I think he has a BVP somewhere too. That's popping up on me. But may have a couple home runs against him or something. Not cash. I don't mess with Manaea and cash, but Wilmer Flores is there too. You got Hoskins against Urias. Hoskins crushes lefties. Urias is solid. I don't play him, but here's another great, really sneaky play. GPP only is Tyler Nevin against Beeks. Nevin's only 2,600, but he's been crushing lefties all season when he's been playing. Last week's hitting 300. Trey Mancini, also a good spot. Mancini's really hitting the ball. So 3K against Beeks. There's some really good first baseman. What do we have for ownership? Eric, you said Ty France. Yeah, I'm glad you said Ty France. So Ty France, great game yesterday. And now Ty France is all the way down to 3,600. Remember, he was up to 5-6K like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So, so 4 was 5 for 13. Okay. So France, and it's Michael Walker. So France actually, I could play Ty France in cash actually at $3,600. Definitely. Ownership wise, it is France and Ohtani. Okay. But I did mention I like Miggy going against Savali. We just got done talking about how bad Savali's pitching. And He's only 3K. You attack Savali with right-handed bats. And yeah, Savali's got reverse splits here. Big time reverse splits. Like Miggy. I said like Hoskins, but GBP. So probably looking at like a Miggy, Ty France, unless you can go all the way up there and get an Ohtani. You play Ohtani outfield, and that's it. It's Crone and Alonso are out because of the weather. Who else am I missing there? I mentioned Josh Bell. He hits well against Eric Lauer. So I guess that's it. There's a lot of places you can go. But I think my top play is probably going to be if Jose Abreu was hitting, I would say great GP play against Cortez. But Abreu is terrible right now. So I think right now, looking at Ty France for the Mariners. All right. Any questions at catcher or first base? No? All right. Second base. What we got? History-wise. Oh, yeah. I got Flores is showing up as a second baseman for me. That's why I missed the BBP. So Flores does hit Manea, but he's first or third on DK. We have Adam Frazier. Frazier's is hitting the ball well now against Waka. Trevor Story, he's red hot, obviously, and he's like 300 lifetime against Robbie Ray. The Mayhew, nice so against Kushel. So nobody's really jumping out BBP-wise at second. Bunch of guys, though, are red hot. We can look at let me see the Rockies guys, but they're probably going to get rained out. Rogers is really hot. My old standby, Santiago Espinal. If I can't get a second baseman, I usually go right to Espinal. He's usually my favorite plays. He's hitting 400 last week. So Espinal in play. Harold Castro always in play. Going to reverse to advanced metric. Story does add up as your top play. 303 ISO, 418 Woba against lefties. It is Robbie Ray, though. But Story does add up as the best play today, looking like all the numbers. Gleyber Torres, $4,300. He's really starting to hit. Max Muncy, playing horrible right now. And it's lefty, so I wouldn't even be thinking of Muncy today. Jeff McNeil, no, Coors, sorry. I don't play Brandon Drury now. He's $5,300. I think Jorge Polanco is always a decent play. You can always play him, especially against a lefty Daniel Lynch. Jed Lowry, you can go down to 2,500 if you really need a fill in somewhere. Lowry's okay. And I think that's probably it. And Sean B, I totally agree. That's why I never play a guy after no hitter. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Same thing. But he really does. His numbers do add up. So it looks like Story either hits a bomb or strikes out against Ray. Ray's a strikeout as a strikeout pitcher. So top play, if we're going to go with top play in cash, I probably will end up maybe punting second base. If I'm going to go high like Cortez, it'll probably be Jorge Polanco. I like Polanco. He's looking at like 13% ownership. I do like Polanco against Lynch. Nicky Lopez. Even Nicky Lopez can hit lefties. He's minimum price. I play Lopez a lot. There's no great second baseman, so I may end up going down to an Espinal. I'll play Espinal every night at second base. He's not going to win your GBP. He's not going to get you 18, 19 DK points, but he's going to get you 1 or 2 hits. He's going to get you, 6 to 9, 10 points. That's all you're asking for, as long as his price doesn't go up anymore. He's 3.8 now. Once Espinal hits 4K, you can't play him. But I always like playing Nicky. I got lucky with Nicky Lopez yesterday. I love Nicky Lopez. A great little pesky hitter. Even though it's a lefty, but he can handle Smeltzer. All right, so Polanco, Altuve, those guys. But I think Polanco's your top play, actually. Now it's all said and done. So, third base. Third base. If Coors was going on, Esco really, really hits Marquez. And this is for years playing NL West 2 with him. 12 for 23 hits. He's hitting 522 lifetime. So think about that if they play tomorrow. So who else we got? J-Ram. I think J-Ram's hurt now. So I don't think J-Ram's playing. Here's a sneaky one. Isaiah Kiner Falefa, or is he just second? I'm not sure if he's third base eligible, but shortstop. He doesn't do bad against Crucial. Gino Suarez. He hit a bomb last night. It was like three feet from the fence. I thought it would have won me some more money. I thought it was out. He hits Waka. 11 for 29. So Suarez is in play. I don't play Yamon Kata anymore, especially against Nestor Cortez. Guys that are red hot at third base are, let me see, Yanni Diaz is hitting 462. I just don't like playing him either. I don't think he does have a little bit more power now, but I still don't like playing Yanni Diaz. But Rafael Devers, I'll play Rafael Devers every night. And being a Yankee fan, I don't care. I love watching Rafael Devers play. And do I want to pay all up there for him? I'm not sure, but he's in play every night. But he's going up against Robbie Ray. Not the easiest matchup. I said I think J Ram's out. Maybe this might be a Machado game. He's now down to 5,500 against Jacob Junis. So I think this could possibly a day use Manny Machado or Wilmer Flores against the lefty. Looking at advanced metrics, Longo's not really hitting. Bregman against Perez. Bregman's only 4,800, so Bregman in play. 239 ISO, 406 WOBA. Not bad. I do like this Gino Suarez play at 4,200. More I'm looking at it. Josh Donaldson, the bringer of rain, 275 ISO. He's hitting much better. I guess you can play him at 4,600. He's at 360 over the last week. 2 home runs, 4 ribbies. So maybe like Donaldson's your cash. Maybe Suarez your GBP. Justin Turner is hard to hit the ball, and he gets a lefty. So maybe Turner. What's Turner? 45. They're all bunched together. He's getting hot though. He's always hit lefties. Always. I guess probably Turner's more of a GP play though too. So Chapman against Castillo. So breaking down, I probably overall top play. Brad Miller's gonna be popular because he's probably leading off he's going up against righty. I probably won't mess with there. Gio Sherla didn't mention him, only 3K. I'm probably looking at either a Bregman or like a Manny Machado or something. Bregman's only looking at like 6-7% ownership. Yeah. And yeah, and Wilmer Flores is going to be getting no ownership at all. So Machado is not going to be getting much ownership. And I like Manny Machado. Maybe Machado's a play against Junis. So 55. I know I just need about 10 names here. But Emmanuel Rivera, yeah. I mean, I guess he's you mentioned Brad Miller, 10% ownership. The problem with Brad Miller is right now he either hits a home run or he's out. I mean, pull up Brad Miller's logs. It's crazy right now. And I watched Miller for years, and he was in Tampa. He's never been a home run hitter, but man, that's all he's doing now. He's a home runner out. I always like Alec Bohm. I think Bohm's back hitting again well, up in the lineup. You can always play him. But at the end of the day, I think this may be somewhere you can go them cheap too, because nobody's really standing out. So maybe, get different here at third base. This may be where maybe you do play. I don't know. I can't play Brad Miller in cash, but he's in a good spot. Yeah, I mentioned Suarez. Suarez definitely GBP. Anthony Rendon. I don't know. I just do not like Anthony Rendon, but he's hitting 4 over last week. So yeah, I mean definitely GBP. Home run, 5 ribbies. If anything, I watched Suarez. I watched Suarez hitting a lot. He's really swinging a nice bat right now. He's looking like the Suarez of like 2019. So I would go Suarez, but definitely Rendon's always in play for GPPs. And he's hitting 0-2. All right, that's pretty much it for third base. And I did mention Josh Donaldson at 46. He may end up being, at the end of the day, he may end up being a popular play. He may end up being the cash play. All right, shortstop. History-wise, Gleyber. No, but he's only shortstop eligible on FanDuel, I think. He's 4 for 10 against Kushel. That's it. Bogart's not bad. I'm 300 against Robbie Ray. I'll play Bogarts every night. Bogarts is a stud too. And right now, for anybody who's like red hot right now, the Rockies guys, they're not playing Tyrell Estrada, but I think he's second base eligible. DraftKings. Timmy Anderson, great. Timmy Anderson's a great GBP play. I used him in GP against Cortez last time. Anytime you're going against the lefty, Anderson's in play, but GBP only because I respect Cortez too much. IKF, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, sneaky play. He's hitting 333 over the last week too. JP Crawford, man, I'm a big JP Crawford guy. Deborah Pearson has asked that, but he's sat last night, and then Dylan Moore came in and hit a bomb. Crawford is in a slump right now, and that's what I don't like, because I like Crawford. I was really happy when he was starting to hit the ball really well, but he's only hitting 160 over the last week, 280 over the last month, but that was more like 3 weeks ago. And look at his logs right now. He hasn't done really much since early May, but he's in Fenway, going up against a gas can, so maybe it's a get right spot for him, but you got to look at Crawford's only GBP here in this spot. All right, so top row place is, of course, Timmy Anderson against the lefty, but I can't use him. I'll be using Cortez and cash. So where else can we go? Corey Seager against the righty. Boom. $4,700, 244 ISO. That may be a popular. Trey Turner's really playing well again. He still doesn't have the power there yet, but he's hitting 300 over last week. Turner's really starting to turn on. Javier Baez, we said Savali's been pitching reverse splits. So Javi Baez, 4,500, great GPP play. Bo Bichette, he's one of those waiting to think we got him. Now he's falling back again. We thought we had it getting hot again in the big game in Seattle. Now he's not hitting it all again. So GPP, I like playing Jimenez for Cleveland, but now he's going up against the lefty Skubal, so that kind of knocks him out. So to me, I think right now my favorite play at shortstop is going to be Corey Seager. Right now, it's like Correa's run away with ownership. 18%, nobody else over under 10%. He's going up against Lynch at 4.8. Honestly, I would probably rather use personally Seager, but I like these twins tonight. So Correa or Seager. Like I said, Baez GBP, Lindor's core, so I'm going to cancel. And then Bogarts, Bichette, JP, Anderson, all GBP. So it's between Seager, Trey, or Correa for cash. I lean Seager a little bit, but Correa is going to be the popular one probably. All right, a shortstop. So we got now is outfield. Outfield's obviously loaded like always. Nobody really has any huge. Wait, hold on. Did that wrong. Stanton. Giancarlo Stanton against Dallas Keuchel. 11 at-bats, 6 hits, 2 bombs, 546. Nice call, Don Day. How did I miss BWJ? Yeah, Bobby Witt Jr. always in play every night. Glad you brought that up. All right, back to outfield. Giancarlo Stanton, 546 lifetime against Keuchel. Bomb City. Juan Soto, 444 lifetime against Eric Lauer. Bomb City. Winker hits Walker, and he gets a righty. Winker's a great platoon guy, and he's cheap. Judge is 353 batting against Dallas Keuchel. I'd rather play Stanton against Kuchar though. And that's really it for the big guys. Yeah, Kiki Hernandez got some home runs, but he's got a long ass history though, so can't worry about that. Okay, so which guys are red hot on fire for outfielders right now? Of course, you're probably going to say Stanton. Over the last week, JD Martinez crushing the ball. He's hitting 500. Great game yesterday. 5 ribbies, 2 home runs. So JD Martinez definitely in play in 500 the last week. Hunter Dozier hitting 468 over the last week. Playing first or outfield. Definitely. Giancarlo Stanton hitting 391 over the last week. Just mentioned him. He's probably my top outfielder now. I've just seen that history. Taylor Ward, probably one of the hottest hitters in baseball, hitting 400 last week. Trout, you play Trout every day. You got Luis Robert at 364. So a lot of guys hot, but especially up there, looks like JD is really starting to hit the ball. Looking at advanced metrics, Woba, ISO, and all that, your top guys are Boomstick. I think Boomstick's in a great spot against Lauer, against the lefty. We know Boomstick hits lefties. 301 ISO, 428 Woba, 321 average. He may be my home run call today. I think Boomstick's in a great spot for home run. Nicky Castellano, great spot. He's only 3,800 against Urias. Great spot. He can even be cashed. Of course, Trout. Of course, Judge. Of course, Buxton. Stanton with it, and then we go to JD Martinez. But it does look like Ray does have JD Martinez's number. I think. I don't think Martinez has got a great history against Robbie Ray, but the way Martinez is hitting right now, he's 1 for 10. But the way Martinez is hitting right now, I'm not even going to pay attention to that. Okay, let's look at value because there's so many great outfielders. You got to find value somewhere. So our top value we have is, and I was talking about this to somebody else last night. Kyle Garlick will be able to get you 2 good pitchers. He's only 2K. He should be getting clean up against the lefty Lynch. He may get pinch hit for, but that's okay. He has a chance of hitting a bomb. 2K, you just lock Garlick in, and you find 2 other outfielders. Anybody else really cheap? You got AJ Pollock, but it's Cortez. So nope. This Isbell kid, he's like 2K. Aaron Hicks. Probably Jesse Winker, probably might play. He's only 3-1. Crushes righties, take Winker. You got, we talk about Brad Miller, but Brad Miller is home run or bust. J-Rod hit a shot last night. He can be in cash. J-Rod is 3-2. So J-Rod's definitely in play 3-2. Eric just mentioned Cole Calhoun. My problem is Calhoun. I watched him bat the other night. He had a really great early of the week. He was last night. Did they play last night? Or the night before that, I guess it was. I saw Calhoun. He just looked lost. He looked lost his last couple of bats, but he's hot. So, yeah. So I guess Calhoun is in play. I've won more money off Cole Calhoun over the years, probably than any player in baseball. He's not getting any younger though. So let's look at Calhoun's last week, fitting 460 over his last week. It was a Houston game. That was, I guess it was last night. He those last 2 at bats he looked lost. But before that, Angels and the 2 games with Angels, he rocked the ball, and Boston rocked the ball. So, and Cole Calhoun's a streaky hitter, so definitely in play. That's a good call for home run call, and he gets the platoon split there. And what's Calhoun 2-6? So you got Calhoun down here, you got Garlick down there. J-Rod's cheap. Jesse Winker is cheap. You can definitely play 2 high-priced pitchers tonight with this value. So I'll probably end up going like a Stanton, Garlick, or a Calhoun, J-Rod, a Winker, something like that. And then loading up maybe at first base. I don't know. There's not too many hitters that are really standing out tonight. When it's all said and done, Stanton's probably going to hit a bomb. And who did I just say? I just said somebody's probably giving me a home run call, and I can't. Yeah, Kiki's at the 5 home runs, but I think he's at like 80 at bats or something. That's my problem with Kiki. I just mentioned somebody thought it was gonna be my home run call, and I already forgot who it was. Somebody said it's in a really good spot. Who? Oh, Boomstick. So Boomstick's my home run call. I'm gonna stick with it there. Eric just said he likes Cole Calhoun. That's cool. Stanton is in a great spot tonight. Anybody else? Let me give you another home run call after Boomstick. On my end is Nelly Cruz really does set up good. Castellanos possibly against Urias, I think, is in a good spot. JD Martinez could let one loose against Robbie Ray. And, of course, always Timmy Anderson against Cortez, but GBP only because I'm pitching Cortez. All right, that's my home run calls. It's Boomstick. He may not even be in my main lineup, but I think he's got the best chance of hitting a home run. Stacks, because once again, this is a big-ass slate. You got to get the stacks right. I'm starting to like smaller slates a little bit more now, actually. But who do I like for a top stack? So there's no Coors, probably. Maybe Tigers against Savali, with Savali struggling. With a little Miggy, Javi Baez, Scope, Eric Haase. So I think the Tigers may be my favorite sneaky stack. Now I didn't mention Darren Ruff, another cheap outfielder. Red Sox, because Red Sox are hitting the ball again against Robbie Ray. I can see Red Sox being a good stack. The way they hit last night with JD's really hitting. You know what Devers can do. I didn't mention too many Brewers tonight, but I think the Brewers are in a good spot against Eric Fetty, Ravi Tellez, Colton Wong, Christian Yelich. The Dodgers are a good spot. Twins are another favorite stack. So there you have like the Tigers, Red Sox, Brewers, Dodgers, and Twins as stacks tonight. See, we still got a long ways to go. We still have 7 hours or whatever it is, 7 or 9 hours. So a long ways to go. But I'm really starting to like the slate now. If Coors is canceled, now a lot could happen in the next few hours, and we could end up having a Coors slate. But if there's no Coors, I really like it. Okay, so going around the bases again, just really quickly. Catcher, so we like Melendez, or these guys like the Jeffers. Zunino facing a righty. Zunino can hit a righty. So I mean, like a Jeffers, something like that. I'm probably gonna go down to like a Melendez. First base, really like Ty France. If not, Hoskins, Ohtani, Jared Walsh, something like that. Second base, Altuve is always a great play. Trevor Story's hot. You got Gleiber. I'm probably going to pay down at second base. Or Polanco's not my favorite play, but I'm probably going to pay down. Third base, same thing. I mean, there's nobody really jumping up the charts. Probably Josh Donaldson would be the popular one, like Gino Suarez. Possibly more of a GPP play, but I may sneak him in cash. Alex Bregman and Machado may be coming really low owned against Junes at 5,500. Dalbec's been due for a bomb all season, though. He's been terrible. And then shortstop, Corey Seager or Correa. I mean, popular ones. I like Javi Baez too. And then I mentioned all those outfielders. You bring up Dalbec. I was talking to somebody last night about Dalbec. I was on a show, and man, Dalbec is having a terrible season. And I don't understand. Jaron Duran should be up there and should be up in the big team playing. They're still messing with Dalbec, and he's hitting, I think, like 140 or something like that, right? He's just not hitting good. Mike Ford's another one. Mike Ford just turned to a terrible hitter. Ex-Yankee. Watch him too much. So, and Sean, you may have watched him more than me. So I'm just going by numbers of Dalbec. I honestly really had not seen him at bat. It was good to see Verdugo hit last night. Him and Story, both of them. Verdugo's already been struggling too. So it's good to see him hit. And said I won some money on JBJ too, hitting ninth. So, hey, maybe put Dalbeck in there as a GPP play. We know Dalbeck's got he's got the bat. He can lose one. So I'm not playing with cash, but he's cheap enough. Definitely can lose one. All right, I guess that's it. Any questions? Boom, sticks my call. Eric, my coordinator here is looking at Cole Calhoun, and Calhoun's got awesome, really good logs, red hot, like 3 out of his last 4 games. And I like Nicky Castellanos. I think I said that for home run too. All right, I think that's good. Good luck today, guys. I'll have top plays out in the premium room. Once again, hope we're going to have a tennis show on Sunday, I think, for the French Open. And we'll be back Monday for MLB. All right, peace out of here. Thanks, guys.